that they wear, they're considered ihram for the women. But for the men, there are two specific garments worn, one around the waist, one over the shoulders, both shoulders, covering both shoulders. And this color may not be white. White is the commonly used color now, specifically for men. For women, it may be any color, and for men, actually, it could be any color. But the point is that we may put on the garments, and when we're on the plane, when we're nearing Mecca, when we're nearing Jeddah, we're going to cross over the miqat, which is in that vicinity. The plane will announce for us, most of the flights, the pilots will announce that we're now crossing the miqat, and at that point you may make your intention. But if for any reason you were not able, because you didn't hear, or the pilot, they're non-Muslim pilots, they're flying some other planes, British Airways or whatever, and there is no announcement, and you land in Jeddah, then you must go outside of the miqat to put on your ihram. A question from Sister Asra Ismail in Dubai. She writes asking, Dear Dr. Bilal, Assalamu alaikum. Sir, I shall be thankful to you if you would kindly answer my question. Is it possible to marry my father's cousin's brother? Yours sincerely, Asra Ismail. Yes. In simple words, yes. We're allowed to marry our cousins. In Islam, it is permissible to marry the son of your father's brother or sister, or your mother's brother or sister. Their son is your cousin, and you're allowed to marry them. So, your father's cousin's brother, of course you're allowed to marry. This is most obvious. Those who are forbidden to marry are those who are directly related to you. Your father, your father's brothers, your mother's brothers, your own brothers, your own sons. These are the males, and your grandfather included here too. These are the males who are not permitted for you to marry. Another question from Dubai. Nahid Maqbool, Sister Nahid Maqbool, writes, Dear Dr. Bilal, Assalamu alaikum, please let me know whether it is appropriate to visit the shrines of the holy saints. It is said that the holy saints are bestowed with some healing powers. If we go to visit the holy shrines and pray there, then our prayers are accepted faster by God. Is it true? Can women visit the shrines? Please do reply. Yours sincerely, Nahid. Now, Sister Nahid, the holy saints. First and foremost, in Islam we have no holy saints. I know the term used in Arabic, awliya, the term the awliya. This has been translated into English as saints. And people have treated them, or those people who have been identified as awliya, or wali, singular, in the same way that the Christians and others treat saints, intermediaries between themselves and God. In Islam, we have no intermediaries. We do not direct our prayers to anyone besides God. This is forbidden. This is a part of our basic daily prayer, the Fatiha. We say, إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. You alone do we worship, and from you alone do we seek help. We don't pray to anyone besides God, Allah. This is fundamental. Even though you may be praying through this person or that person, once you have directed prayers to that person, it is worship of them. Prophet Muhammad said, "Ad-du'a huwa al-ibadah." Dua, calling on someone in prayer, is worship. So once you direct your prayer to anyone besides Allah, you are worshipping that person. So this is forbidden categorically in Islam. Furthermore, Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, told us in very authentic traditions of Bukhari and Muslim, when a person dies, their deeds cease. There is no more doing anything for the people in this life. Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, himself told his family, Fatima, work, because I can do nothing for you. When he leaves this life, he can do nothing for his own daughter. Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, is unable to do anything. This is the reality. When a person dies, they can no longer do anything for us in this life. The belief that they can is a belief which is ancient in China, the basis of ancestral worship. And it is shirk or paganism. It is not from Islam at all. So this concept, though Allah speaks of awliya and wali in the Quran, He speaks of it with regards to those who have taqwa. He defines the awliya as those who have taqwa, those who are God conscious, pious. All of those are his awliya, the friends of God. He did not specify that the wali is one who performs miracles. This is, again, people's very distorted understanding. This is why you find these so-called holy saints, there's so many stories attributed to them about this miracle and that miracle they perform. And, it's like what we find in Christianity and Hinduism. They have no ends of them. Holy saints and gurus performing miracles. This is not a condition. Of course, certain supernatural things do happen in different people's lives. They may happen around somebody who is very righteous, but this is not considered to be a condition for one to be a wali. The condition is piety, fear of God. And furthermore, the building of structures over graves. Now, for you to have a mausoleum, a shrine, big edifices over the graves, this in Islam is prohibited. Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, he told Ali to go, and whatever grave that he found more than a palm's width above the ground, he should level it with the ground. And he forbade us, without any uncertain terms, to put any kind of structures to mark the graves, tombstones and painting these, whitewashing and structures over the grave. These are all forbidden in Islam. So not only is the concept of the holy saint wrong, intermediary between us and God, having healing powers after they have died, etc., that you can go there, people feel that they're sick or whatever, they go to these shrines and people may perform some rituals there and they get better. No, all of this is falsehood. But even the structures over it, so the very place itself is haram. The structures built over it are haram. The concept of praying through these people also haram. So in Islam, we have to understand that this is not permissible at all. Though people may try to give us logic and saying, well, okay, if you want to see the president, you want to see the president of your country, if you're from Pakistan, Benazir, you want to see her, you cannot just go directly to her. You must go through some intermediaries. There are people, your local mayor or whatever, people who are in between who can facilitate your contact to get certain things done for you. This is this world. God is not like any of this world. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. There's nothing like him. So our relationship to God is not like our relationship amongst human beings. We pray directly to God. Allah tells us in the Quran, say, inform them, that if they call on me, I am close. I hear their prayers. I will answer their prayers. Allah tells us He's close. He's closer to us than our jugular veins. He knows what is in our minds, in our hearts. We do not need to go through any intermediaries. Forbidden in Islam, totally. So, in conclusion, we would say that to visit the shrines is not permissible in Islam. It is an innovation. It is pagan. And praying to saints, this is also innovation and pagan, not allowed in Islam, not acceptable to God. The next question is from Sister Ameena in Dubai. Dear Dr. Bilal, Assalamu alaikum. My questions are 4. Okay, maybe we won't have time to do all 4 of them. In fact, our time is quite limited. I'll just answer the first question, which is, can a person perform Umrah on behalf of his relatives, friends, who are either dead or living? Actually, the issue of Hajj, this is clearly permissible. In the case of Umrah, we're entering into an area which was not specifically given by Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. The advice would be really to do those things which the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ encouraged us to do, recommended for us to do. However, and that is to pray for the dead and the living. However, if one were to do Umrah and ask Allah to give the reward for that Umrah to a relative or a friend, inshallah, it would be acceptable. With that, dear viewers, I'd like to thank you for being with us on the program In the Light of Islam, and I hope that you will continue to write into us, to me, Dr. Bilal Phillips, in care of In the Light of Islam, Sharjah TV, P.O. Box 111. And with that, I hope that you will continue to follow the programs. We'll see you in the next program. Thank you for being with us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.